are sometime crude and sometime ass. With his wife of 15 years, that is always having his back. Even when his dogs and cats are being a pain in the ass, he hopes this will always last. Even bring the fun to the masses, rolling in 20 and beating every dungeon classes. With his goofy faces and voice all over the places, he hopes to never give up on his dreams to bring joy. And even the facts with his last podcast every week, and stream with his friends to bring that energy like big booty clap.
Alrighty then, this is the BearThoughts podcast. We do this every Friday at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. For those who are new to this channel, be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and as always, we have the Corvo Ninja and a distant by Seth Jade. Oh, there's Flames. Long time no see, bro. Donkey Kong. Man, I heard the game is also like apparently really, really good. But, you know, I don't have a Nintendo Switch 2. Can't afford one right now. All right. Which I've also... Huh?
I said, something else. I got to play HR today.
Yay! Audio seems like it's good. Can we get an audio check on that real quick? Make sure both the mics
Testing
are...
1, 2, testing
Set.
1, 2.
I feel that.
He's got to check. He's got to check it for us. Give it just a second. But yeah. So it's been a wild week, dude. It has been wild as shit.
Well, for those who do not know already, I have a new video up. I'm going to be starting doing a. It's not a series. It's more like it's not a separate channel either. What do you call it? Is it a series? New line of videos.
I would say a different genre of video.
Yeah.
Good for good for sound.
Good. For those that I've seen, I'm going to be doing on top of my BearThoughts podcast, on top of my Barely There mangas, and all video game playing as well. Whenever I get the chance to do that, I am now sort of start something of easier videos. It's just animes. I know it sounds weird, but it's technically anime and news slammed together, and it looks like animes. So just cool things and cool information about anime. That's all I'm gonna do. It's real simple, real easy to do, and honestly, it took me like 15 minutes to shoot the video and another like hour to edit it. Compared to other videos that normally take like 3 days to do. So this could be really easy comparatively, but I wanted to call it like anime slop at first. But I thought somebody might get the wrong impression of when I say anime slop and think it's like hentai. So I changed the idea. Because slob or slop people might get the wrong impression. So I didn't call it that. But I tried different logos and hoping you'll like it. So if you haven't already seen that, go check that out. All right. So This week we have a couple little topics here and there. And I must say Nintendo W. From the start from here, because I'm going to talk about the Zelda one first, because I think the Zelda one is more interesting, because they are finally announcing some cast of the live action movie of Zelda, which is a long time coming, because technically they've already delayed this movie like 5 times,
Said.
Maybe more.
Right.
Bot Rix has correctly joined the channel.
Yep.
So
but supposedly drop date will be 2027.
Yeah. So it was supposed to be 2025. And as far as I can, when I first heard about this, it is not 2025. Then it was moved to 2027. Then it was moved or 2026, and then to 2027. It's like, God dang it.
Yeah. So the problem was when they first wanted to do this, that was back during COVID, and even though they wanted to do it, kind of hard to do it if you can't be on set.
Yeah.
So and then they had to play the whole catch up, because they had to find the cast, they had to get the writers, they had to get everything together, right? So that's why it kept getting pushed out. But it looks like they've actually started picking cast members. So I think we have a real chance of 2027 getting the live action.
Yeah. Which again, I'm not a political person here. I'm not going to go political. But at one time, there was talks about a certain person being Zelda. And people's morals come into play. damn what you believe and damn what you think. Morals come into play when it comes to certain people. And the person they wanted to, some people were saying should be playing Zelda, had the Zelda, like, you know, elf-like features. You know, like they had the sharp features face. But to me, didn't really have that full feminine look that I was hoping for. But now they have now officially announced the person is going to be playing Zelda, and I'm digging her. I don't know who she is though. Like I don't recognize her at all.
Both of these people are European actors that they've done some smaller roles in like television series and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this would be I would say if they get this and they get this movie right, this could be their breakout role.
Yeah. And this person's is Boo Barganson. Can you pronounce her name?
Hang on.
Because I cannot pronounce that.
Bo Barganson. As Princess Zelda.
Okay.
And then Benjamin Evan Ainsworth as Link.
Now, the Link one, he looks young, which Link is young. I wonder what version of Link will be playing. I would imagine it would be the more adult version of Link, not the kid.
To make that question, to answer that question, we need more information because we don't know if this is being based off of OG, something in the middle, or more current Zelda, lore. So, if they're going OG, Link was really young.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was a teenager.
Okay.
If you're going in the middle, you go all the way from, like, preteen to adult. If you're doing something like Ocarina of Time, you got to have both of them.
Yeah.
And then if you're doing something like Breath of the Wild, I would say they were I would call them like end of their teens, beginning of their 20s, I would guess is about their age range.
Yeah. So some people were speculating the Zelda movie.
The other guy or girl? Yeah, he was talking about the girl.
Yeah.
Originally.
Not
the
both
one that's playing
guys.
Zelda, not Link.
That people were hoping for. Some people are speculating it will be the Ocarina of Time.
Was gonna be a she? Okay, I didn't remember that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. At one time, Zelda was very much up in the air. But like both of these are British thing. They're saying they're gonna be Ocarina of Time, and some people are. I don't know. Maybe they might be making jokes, right? They might be making just like hardy, kind of comedy here. But they're saying that they're gonna have a British accent with their characters. They're both British.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. That's not really a big stretch because if you think about it, almost a lot of elvish looking characters in a lot of animes, movies, and stuff have a British accent.
I would say like nobility, like a nobility accent. If you really want to go like highborn.
So to me, it wouldn't be a surprise. Honestly, I don't know that I hate the idea of them of Zelda and or Link having a British accent. I don't know that I hate it.
Yeah, like would that make that canon? And it's already gonna be weird enough to hearing Link with an actual voice because he's always been the silent protagonist because you're supposed to be reading as the character as if you were the character. That's why Link was always mute.
Right.
So now
the problem is for film adaptation he has to have line. Has to. But it's like with any game going to a movie or a TV series, you got to look at it from the standpoint most older characters didn't have voices, and like you said, that was because they wanted you to input your voice in your head as that character's voice, so that you felt more closely tied to it.
Yes.
But they can't take everybody's voice in the world and make them Link's voice, so they've got to pick one. And if they pick one and you're trying to go with Hylian, and Hylian, granted, I get it, they don't call them elves, but they've always been kind of elvish looking, and in a lot of movies and stuff, people that are elves speak with British accents. So it's not that far of a stretch to me.
Oh.
Like I said, I'm not sure that I'm opposed to it. I'm not sure that I'm for it. That's going to be one of those things I'm going to have to see and hear it play out.
Yeah.
To see if I'm down with it, you know?
Yeah, but my brain is like, all that I'm gonna hear is yeah. You know, Link's constant, little attacking sounds. I'm like, that's Link's voice right there. And it'd be funny as could be if Link start talking sign language during the movie, and you have to start reading the subtitles below him. I'm like, wait, Link is not actually, canon mute. That'd be interesting. But all them being British, I've heard British actors, like the guy that plays, what's his name, Doctor Strange or whatever from the Marvel movies.
Yeah,
he's British. Yeah, he's British. But he can talk straight up in an American voice. Like there is no question whether or not he's if he's American or not, because he can switch up his dialect or his manner of speech and come off as pure American. But his natural,
he's good at changing his accent.
So I don't want them to come off as snooty and snarky, but I'm definitely interested to see how they come about. I'm liking where this is going, but I want to see what the rest of the characters. Like, I want to see Ganon.
Like I said, it depends on which Legend of Zelda they're basing it on, because you know as well as I do, there are some versions of Legend of Zelda, specifically the beginning of Breath of the Wild, if you want to be honest, that Zelda is she's a little snooty, she's a little snobbish, until she gets humbled and you find out she's not really that way. She's playing a part because she thought that was how she was supposed to react. Which would be funny, because that would be hilarious. Now, I don't know. I know that in she wasn't snobbish in Twilight Princess. She was more of a self-sacrificing person.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that this one isn't ultimately, not that Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom she isn't ultimately, but she has to go through a little bit of transition, and you kind of see it when you're finding the memories inside of Breath of the Wild, how she goes from being one way to, well, let me put it like this: she was always self-sacrificing, but her way she interacts with Link changes through the memory. She stops seeing him as just someone that her father has following her around because, your
bodyguard.
She needs it, and starts seeing him as, he's legitimately here trying to help me, and he saved my ass, a couple times and shit like that. So it changes her perspective. But like I would love for them to have done Ocarina of Time, because could you imagine Sheik?
Yeah.
Because Sheik was a badass.
Yeah.
And Sheik was Zelda.
Some people think they're going to be doing Ocarina of Time because of the overwhelming popularity of that game. And it's even though it's not like the only one out there, but it's one of the most well-known ones. So I guess they maybe hit off the fandoms of that.
So, I'm going to tell you, I couldn't be put in charge of this project because I would be an asshole.
Why?
I would let everybody have their speculation on Ocarina of Time or whatever, but I would do Twilight Princess and not say shit. And then when your ass sits down in the theater and you're like, wait, what the fuck? Yeah, we're going to get to the nitty gritty, because let's be honest, Twilight Princess and Majora's Mask, they were of kind of a little bit of a different cast. They were a little bit more dark, a little more,
gritty,
gritty kind of shit. Like, this is some adult shit. Like, people got to die and shit. People got to be sacrificed.
Mm-hmm.
People got to seal people got us. Oh yeah, Skyward Sword too. Oh my God. And could you imagine Giraheim? Them casting someone as Giraheim with that long ass tongue wrapping around that fucking sword. Oh yeah, Jeff Goldblum could have in his younger days would have been a great Giraheim.
Yeah.
No, got the white.
So until they actually announce it, there's going to be a lot of speculations. Of course, they could go off of off the hype of the Breath of the Wild, since it's like it's the more modern day of it. It'd be a very big stretch for that.
If I had to make a guess, if I was going to say what I think Nintendo would do, is exactly that. They would build off of the hype they have from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. It would make sense because they know those are two of their top grossing Legend of Zelda games ever.
Yeah.
So it would make sense to bridge off of that for their movie to get the movie to be a success. However, like you said, there is an overwhelming popularity for Ocarina of Time. And I could see that one maybe being a second. So I am very curious. I know a lot of diehard fans. When I say diehard, I mean like people that were playing it when the gold cartridges first come out.
Yeah.
Would love to see the original Link and Zelda, but if they're going to do that, it doesn't make sense to cast someone like this for Zelda if all she's going to do is lay in the bed and sleep. So, FYI, if you want a little hint, it's probably not the OG because it wouldn't have taken them long to cast somebody that's going to lay in a bed to sleep.
Yeah, or somebody to be stuck inside of a crystal. Because, that was a thing at one time, just stuck in a crystal for the entire time until you get the end of it and you free it from the crystal. That would be really like a letdown. Then again, if I was an actor for a movie and I want to get a quick paycheck, it's like, wait, I play how many lines and how many sections of this movie and I'm gone? Okay, quick check. Give it to me.
So, if you want to look at
money.
it historically, if you want to look at it analytically, I would bet money on Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And here's why. They went through all this time to find someone that could actually be acting as Zelda.
Yeah.
If you go and look back at, and also look at the top that she's wearing, the kind of blue,
Yeah.
But the other side of that is that Zelda has more acting roles, more appearances in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom than any other Legend of Zelda game.
By far.
Think about it. When Twilight Princess, she was stuck in a castle the whole damn time till the end of the game. Or sacrificed. In the original Legend of Zelda, she had been kidnapped by Ganon. So she was a captive the entire time. In Legend of Zelda 2, she was asleep the entire fucking time. She was stuck in a crystal. Even when you look at Ocarina of Time, you see her as a child for a little bit, and then there's a large gap that there is no Zelda.
Yeah.
And then you meet Sheik, which you don't know to begin with is Zelda, but she is. You
Much
think it's
older.
a he, but it's a she.
Yeah.
Much older, and even then, Sheik doesn't have that many appearances. So again, it doesn't make sense to me for them to spend all this time and effort finding someone to play the part of Zelda if they're going to limit her to that degree. So for me, my money is on Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. So I'm hoping they're already like casting other characters, or they just haven't officially announced. Like, just for me, they're casting out two of the actors of these Zelda movie coming out. I know it's 2027, but like I think this is now should be the barrel that's going over the hill and going down. I think they need to start like blasting out the actors for the people. As soon as we find out what characters are being betrayed in this movie, people can start putting the puzzle pieces going, okay, they're doing this timeline of Zelda.
So,
because these characters are in it.
And here's the thing. You notice they haven't cast a Ganon yet, right?
Yep.
You don't need to cast an actor for Ganon for Breath of the Wild because he only shows up in human form, for a split second?
Yeah. Unless
The
you
rest
want
of
to
the
do
time, he's a
two
big
movies.
glowing red and black dragon or a big ass warthog. One of the two.
Yeah, voice. But yeah, unless they do like 1 and 2 of the Breath of the Wild series, Tears of the Kingdom and whatnot. So yeah, and then they look okay. They have no Skull Kid. They have Skull Kid in there. Okay, so we have which games have Skull Kids? Do they have Sheik in it? Which version of Sheik? Do they have any of the fish people princesses? I forget the name of the
Mifa.
Bifa, yeah.
No. Pain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because there was Mifa in Breath of the Wild, but you're talking about the other one, the one from Ocarina of Time.
Yes.
Are they burritos or Gerudos?
Yeah, which one of them are there? And as soon as you figure out, okay,
Yeah.
that's that Gerudo, that's Sheik, or we would not. We're like, okay, that's from this game. We got it down. That's all I need to hear.
What is assholes? What are they? Rito, that's right.
Yeah, Rito and Gerudos and of course, I also want to see who plays. I'm not saying this character, but certain race. Because I want to see that. Because I hope they I have a fondness for them.
Yeah, you wouldn't see her very much, but I would love to see who they're going to cast as her mother if they do Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, Barbosa. Oh, jeez,
I would love to see how they're going to do if they do Breath of the Wild. I would love to see how they're going to do not Riku. Urbosa.
Barbosa, yeah.
But I would love to see how they're going to pull off Mifa if they do Breath of the Wild. Because I'm sorry, guys, I get it. Okay, she's a fish, but she's
CGI.
She's a pretty nice looking fish. Okay.
Yeah. The short little legs. The short little legs. And my legs things. The legs things always got me. I'm like, why? That legs are like. Everything else is fine. Just those legs.
She had to touch the healing touch.
Yeah. But yeah, I just want to hear those. Like, I know there's gonna be a lot of CGI, and I know there's gonna be it's gonna be a lot of the characters are not gonna be like like the traditional cosmetic body suits of characters. So I know Nintendo's backing this, but will they also join up with Sony again and have them do the CGI? Because they did a pretty good job in Mario, but this is going to be a little bit more realistic, not cartoonish. Or will it be cartoonish? That would be weird. It was like a very cartoonish Zelda, not like a more realistic Zelda.
Well, here's another question. So you're looking at this, and let's just say, for argument's sake, it is going to be Breath of the Wild, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got a shitload of CGI that's got to happen, but then you also have a shitload of animals that's got to be dealt with. You got a shitload of mechanics, mechanical stuff. Because you got to have fucking guardians that are ready to blast your ass off the map, right?
Yeah. Chain links.
That's for lack of a better term, energy weapons, ancient weapons. Okay, so now we got to make some kind of a lightsaber type deal for. And
of course, the music's going to be awesome. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad they got the two main characters, but it's weird for me to say I want to see who the other cast of characters are, because then I will actually know what I'm going to be excited for. And I swear to goodness, if they pop a character like Minna in there, we're all going to lose our shit.
If they pop Minna in there, at that point, we automatically know.
Like, we're buying a ticket tomorrow.
I'm going to tell you what you told me. You should watch it to see.
Look.
I understand that. But I've said that before, and you've told me I should still watch it to see.
The reason they don't want them in the part is a completely different reason.
Well,
Nothing.
we'll just see how it goes. We just see. Okay, so next one is the Harry Potter. There's finally releasing the footage or the images of the Harry Potter actors, and some of them I recognize them, some of them I do not. And of course, they go
Right.
into all British cast because, well, that's what the original. Now, the one that got me the most is what's the main professor, the
Albus Dumbledore.
yeah, Albus Dumbledore by John Lithgow. Isn't that guy a comedian at one time, or am
He's been a comedian. He's been a villain. He's been a lot of different things, dude.
Yeah, I can see his face. I'm like, I haven't seen this guy in years, and he's like,
I mean, he was a great villain in what was the hell was that movie? Because he did it with Denzel Washington. But anyway, he's been villains. He's been comedy. He's been serious. He's played all kind of parts in his career.
yeah, and I haven't seen him like in any movie, so it's kind of like, you know, he's out of the left field. I did already see the pictures for Harry Potter being to be played by Dennick McLegan. Oh my God, these names. I can totally see him playing as Harry Potter. He doesn't have the same features as the original Harry Potter actor does. But I can totally pull myself in. Of course, already done send the Ron Weasley actor. That kid, he looks like he was born to play the part. Not just because he's a redhead, but he just looks like he could be the part of the family without any problems. Hermione, I didn't know how to feel about that. I didn't really care that much. It's supposed to be just how she plays the character. Is Hermione normally she's not a redhead, right? She's just a light brown hair, right? It's like that's all she is. That could be easily fixed. And
Maybe, do you remember curly brown hair?
Curly brown hair. Like again, we could, you know, if they have to change the color, which I don't think they should, they could easily deal with the wig, prosthetics. I know people that have a lot of problem with Snape. I'm just gonna hold my judgment until I see how he acts.
Agreed.
Let's see, we got McGonagall. Sad when she passed away. This woman looks like she could have been a sister. I think they did a great job with her. I can't wait to see. Now, the one I'm most interested about, because every time I see this character, or even heard, like I said, my wife has the audiobooks on some CDs for Hagrid. I don't know this guy, so I don't know how he's gonna pull off. But I have very much of an image in my mind that's been like planted, that like how Hagrid is to me, and pulling out what Hagrid is from the original movies to this one, because Hagrid's like one of my favorite characters, is gonna be a hard stretch for me. So I'm gonna have to hold my judgment off him. I don't know this guy at all. I don't know what he's been played in. If he has played in movies, I don't recognize him because like they have him in costume, I guess.
Nick Frost has been in a shitload of movies.
Do you know any of them? Because I don't really know this guy.
Give me just a minute.
Okay, so he's been in Hot Fuse, Shaun of the Dead. Oh, he's been in Shaun of the Dead. Wait, is it the fat comedian guy?
Yeah. He was in Shaun of the Dead. He played the father for the live action of How to Train Your Dragon.
He's in Paul, the Alien movie. Okay, so he's the guy who played with that dude.
Oh no, you're right. He played the guy missing the arm and the leg. That's who he played.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have I don't hate the guy or his acting. I just never found him that funny. But then again, Hagrid's more like a light humor than a comedian, right? Like he's not really meant to be like ha 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 ha. He's like, oh, that's charming.
He's what they call dumb humor. He doesn't mean to be funny. He's just funny because of the shit he says or the accidents that he causes.
No, he can make me get a smile on my face, but it's gonna be like, I feel like he's a character that you really have that charm, right? It's kind of like Dumbledore, but the different kind of charm, like this loving charm, and then there's just like respectful charm, and I'm just gonna see how he goes. Okay, character I don't really care for. It was the cleaner of Hagrid's. I don't Fitch.
Yeah,
Flinch?
Finch. Filch. Dude.
Yeah. What?
Filch. Yeah.
I don't
he,
recognize him.
I don't know that actor at all. Well, I say I don't. There's a chance I probably do. I just don't remember.
Okay, so apparently
the guy
he was.
That they cast, the guy they cast as Quirrell, though, I think he fits the bill.
Let's see, Quirrell. Oh yeah, this Quirrell with the stutter. Yeah, I could definitely see him playing it. You know, clear the face up, put the turban on his head. Yeah, I think he could easily have played him. Then again, I didn't really know the guy from the original, like the originals.
I didn't either.
So it was always like I don't know who he is, but he's played the character good. Then again, at the time when I first watched the first Harry Potter movie, I had no idea because I didn't read Harry Potter, so I didn't already have like a preposition in my mind, who he was. But like he became the staple. Now, Malfoy. Oh, Malfoy is just like kind of like you. I feel like you need that face on a kid that just says "punch me." I don't know. Is that wrong to say that? Like you just need that kid with a face going, "Man, I don't like you," and it's not because who you are. Just your face just tells me I shouldn't like you. And Malfoy, the original, had that face. This kid just has like a pretty boy face, and I don't know, like, I don't want to punch him, but maybe he can play.
If he puts the attitude behind it, I can see that face working with.
I don't know. If it's the original Malfoy, when I first saw him, it didn't take me any reason to not like him. I don't know, maybe because I was younger and I was like, you know, I was already like these kids' age when they're in the movies, and I just saw a Malfoy. I'm like, if I saw that a kid in my school, I would try to hurt him because, well, not try to hurt him. I wouldn't like him because he's had that face. It just says I'm an ass. I'm a little shit. And okay, so and the Dursleys.
The Dursleys.
Now these two.
Yeah, he had that. What? Yeah, that I am better than you out the gate, and you're just like.
Word.
That's why the pretty face backed with the if he presents that rich I'm better than you attitude along with it, it'll be perfect.
Yeah. So the Dursleys, I knew both of the actors from the original Dursleys. I've seen them in so many movies prior. They always played great characters of just assholes. Like that to me, like they were like the Jim Carrey or the Robert Williams of playing villain characters for kid movies or so on. So I knew those characters. These two actors, I've seen them before, but I have no recognition of like what they've been in, what they've done before. I don't know if I just did a good job in avoiding them, but like their movies and their TV shows aren't anything I'm normally into. So I'm going blind with these two entirely.
Yep.
So, but I don't know. Like the Dursleys, just like the originals, man. That's just I don't know if they're both of the originals are dead or not. A lot of them are dead, so it's like really just hard to say like if they really fit the character or not. All right, now Molly Weasley, being played by Catherine Parkinson. I think I've seen her before in a few.
Yeah, she's been in a few things.
So she's in. Let's see, the IT Crew. I've seen some episodes of that. Let's see, she's been in. Okay, this was not giving me a lot of show or a lot of things to go off of. Okay, let's see more because I'm not getting a lot of off here. I've seen her in some things. I just don't remember what other than the IT thing. Like I've seen clips of that. That's like I recognize her, but I don't really know how to. A lot of them will play a lot of live actions, and then of course she has the redhead to go with it very well. I don't recognize this one at all. The Parchivis Patel, like her character in like what was she
Marty Patel.
Yeah, was she like the date for one of the One of the
He was, yeah, because remember there was the Patel twins, and one went with Ron and one went with Harry.
yeah. So they were like in one movie, but this is not a movie. This is a TV show. So I guess that they already got a lot of groups here. Okay.
But yeah,
Geez, they got a lot of the characters, don't they? Because like they have to make sure they get all these characters because they're gonna be doing a long movie.
they were in more than one of the movies though, because even though they weren't front and center in all of them, they were kind of in the background. So like if you watch them, you'll see them there, or you see them have a quick conversation, or they were there during the Dumbledore's army situation and stuff like that. They just weren't up front, but really except for when they did the dance scene, right?
Yeah.
The guy that they got playing, oh man,
Samus
Finkelgin? Seamus.
Yeah.
Seamus.
Seamus.
Cheap
Yeah.
viewers on stream below
And
remove the space LXMNH.
I can see this working.
It's definitely a weird one because I don't know if this is a recent picture of this Leo Earle, but he looks super young. Like I don't know how young he is.
You got to realize that the problem is they put a picture of the original actor from the later movie, not the original at the beginning of the movies. So
yeah.
you're thrown off, but you got to remember this is the age he needs to be at the beginning of the TV show.
Like
I'm
gonna just say this outright. He looked like he could have been my brother when I was a kid. Freckles, very bright red lips, barely can see his eyebrows, brown hair. This thing looks like it could have been my brother when I was a kid. Cause man, I look at him going, "Is that me?" Blue eyes.
The description was for Fudge. For Fudge, do you remember what the book description was? Because I'm trying to compare the book description to the actor that they're putting in. Because
He was just supposed to look like the British Prime Minister.
Okay, so what was your opinion of the original Fudge? Did he look like a British Prime Minister to you? Okay. This guy looks more like business to me, like Fortune 500 business.
So I'm not showing the pictures here. People that are in the view, you're just gonna have to look it up. So we're just describing them. But yeah, like the guy that's playing the for the Fudge, he looks the actor in this picture. He looks like an asshole, and I don't know if that's the look they're going for, or it's just the picture they took of the guy. But the guy just looks like he's annoyed.
I don't think Fudge's character was an asshole. He wasn't supposed to be an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, when I look at this picture, I see Fortune 500, not Prime Minister. But again, reserve judgment until I see him in the show and see if he's. Am I looking at a picture that was taken at a time where he looked like he was supposed to be, or, versus how he's going to play the character? I don't know. Neville is, right.
Well, again, this is supposed to be another when he was younger. The long hair definitely throws me off a little bit. He has the kind of like, innocent boy look, but the original Neville Longbottom, or not Longbottom, is it Longbottom? Yeah, Longbottom. The teeth is what sold it for me. So I don't know how to see I don't know if the book had the description of a boy with very large teeth. I don't know whether they're saying it. But to me, the original Nell Bottom had that very goofy face. He's not a looker at all.
Now the guy that they've got for Dudley, I think he's kind of got the look
Oh yeah,
Dudley to me.
to a T, just looks like another. Again, this is the face right here. See this kid. No offense to the kid, but I just see that face and I just go, "That's a bully. That's probably a bully in real life. That's probably just straight up like a person that just screams, I could be a dick." And that's like sometimes like you play off of that. Okay, short little story right here. There's a guy in apparently like in Thailand or Indonesia. The lady people say he looks like a villain, looks like a bad guy. He literally took that and made a business out of it, where he people hire him to bully or mess with people's girlfriends, so the guy could be the hero and comes and save the girl from the dude. But in real life, he's actually really nice. This is the kind of situation like this kid could take look, I look like an asshole. I'm gonna use this to my advantage. I'm gonna play villains in movies or TV shows. Like he has a look. It's great.
Then
okay.
you got Madam Hooch.
You know,
which was the broom instructor. Yeah.
I can see them being related.
The Quidditch, what do you call those? Not ref, but the ones that are tossing the, you know what I'm talking about? The game master. Okay.
I want a clean game. No hit below the waist. But yes, I think she looks like she could be a sister to the original actor. She has that stern, like she's smiling in the picture, but I could just see her. She has that stern but serious look to her that you don't want to mess with her. This is a woman you will respect and you will like it. She has that vibes going on for me. I think she does. Now, this one I'm looking forward to the most because I know this actor very well. Anton Lesser. This dude has been playing in a lot of serious roles, and he's playing as Garrick Oliver, the one person, right?
Ollivander.
Yeah, the one guy. This dude, I know he's gonna crush it. This guy is a wonderful actor. I've seen several of his movies and his TV shows that he's been in. I don't follow him, but every time I see him, I just know that he's like this. He's gonna play the role. He's gonna play really, really well. Let's see. Is there actually read more or just say read more?
I think that's it.
So is there any actor or any role that have not shown yet that you're kind of like wanting someone else to take that role, or is you're like there's a like who, they haven't announced who's playing Snape yet? Not Snape. Voldemort. Yes. Like
they also haven't announced Ginny yet.
Yes. So, do you have any people that you would like mind playing those roles? Somebody like really well known?
No, I'm trying really hard to do as I've been asked to do in the past, and just see what it's going to turn out to be with whoever they pick.
And not try to
it's kind of like this Snape. It's kind of like the Snape thing. A lot of people are throwing fits over Snape. I'm gonna see how he does. I get it. I know how the description is in the book. I know how the description is. I know what you see in the movies. And I think he did a great job in those movies. Great job. However, I am not saying that this guy can't do the job. I just got to see how they do it. Because my biggest question, how would you, curiosity, how would you explain to an audience making the switch from like the way Snape looked prior to this Snape?
Which Snape are they post?
Okay, the brother.
They've already.
Really?
Yep.
Because that post I was just looking at was one of the latest ones, and he still posted.
They removed him, they put him back and moved him, so I don't know where.
Well, I'm just saying, if they did use him, how would you explain it? if someone was to ask you why you did it? Because I'm curious. Yeah, like, because there's the obvious thing that everybody's asking why. You know, how would you explain that?
Well, I don't know who the actor is. I've never seen it.
To me, it would be like if all the people that came
Are you
in.
saying,
I'm thinking just like if all the. I can't hear what she's talking, so I feel like I'm talking over.
she said she don't know who the actor is, so she don't have a relevant basis.
Gotcha.
I guess. So
I mean, if I had a call for a character to come into my calling for actors, and all the actors came in, and I just closed my eyes and I just let the person talk and play the role, and I at the end of it went, hey, it's number 5. By all means, sounds like him, talks like him, and I open my eyes and it's a brother. That's all I got. That's all I got. Really got to go off of. It's like it's just who plays the character.
I don't know
best.
how to pronounce his name. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Let's see. Can we? I'm gonna try something here. Okay, will you let me though? I have a voice.
What you're saying is you don't have any basis of anything he's been in.
Papa Esiedu.
Okay.
Papa Esiedu. Ooh, that's hard to say. Let's see. What has he been in? Let's see.
He's been
Gangs of
The
London.
Lazarus Project, Oliver Twist, Gangs of London, The Capture Men. I'm trying to look for something that she may have seen, but I doubt I'm going to find anything, but I'm going to look. So he was in Utopia, King Lear, Not Safe for Work, Shakespeare's Live, The Midsummer Night's Dream, Royal Shakespeare Company, King Hamlet.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing a lot of like blockbuster movies, like real high end.
Hang on.
So if he's done a lot of Shakespearean shit,
Yeah,
we're gonna be honest here. A lot of Shakespeare shit is fucking very. Oh, thou art this and thou art that.
very serious.
If that's the case, it would make sense that he is serious. He's going to play it very flat.
Very Snape-ish.
Yes.
Yeah, very almost monotone, highborn, high class.
It's not the monotone because even with Shakespeare, it's not all monotone.
There is inflection.
There's a lot of inflections, but the inflections are measured. Snape is very measured when he speaks.
I mean, think about the original actor. Like when he would say Potter. Most of the time, fancy wand waving or silly incantations in this classroom, very even, but far. He would be very. It was very few things he put inflection on, which is quite Shakespearean to me.
Yeah.
It looks like we buffered for just a second on YouTube, but we're back. But if that's the case, in my mind, I think he has the acting skills to do the part.
I mean, obviously he had. They kept coming back to him for Shakespeare.
Yeah, because Shakespeare is not easy.
Yeah.
By no means. So, I guess the selling point, would you say, would be the fact that he can play that character, that style of character. He will sound the part. Regardless of physical appearance, he will sound like Snape.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna be holding judgment until it comes out, and hopefully it comes out within my lifetime. You know.
Well, 2027 is what they
Yeah.
say.
2 years of the whole series. Let's say do it like season by movie. That would be
That's why
pretty wild.
they're doing season by book.
By book, yeah, okay. So, it might be just like the whole Game of Thrones. It might be several years of a series, just each year coming out. Okay, but let's go to jump to the next one. We'll do some quick pop-up things here real quick. So, this is a while back, so let me give you a quick refresher on it. There was a movement called Stop Killing Games that was trying to be posted online in the EU, not in America or
right. Their big thing was they were fighting against companies end-of-lifing games that they felt like should have continued on. They should have continued to keep the game relevant because people had paid for that game. Don't end of life my game and force me to have to get another game.
Yeah. So it's gotten so bad where some companies or certain games were like, hey, once our game ends, we want you to destroy your game afterwards. We want you, like, even if you have a physical copy of it, we want you to, they literally said this, to burn your copy of the game. And some people were trying to. There was this guy, I'm skipping a name here. Let's stop killing games so I can get his name, because he's like, he was shitting over this movement so hard that people literally like were like, he became the face of this movement because he was trying to kill it outright.
The universe has made a secret.
His name was Pirate Software, and this guy used to be kind of like a dev for Blizzard. His dad was a Blizzard employee. He got a job for Blizzard thanks to him, and now he's making a game that people are saying it's like super bland and boring and not that good. And he was like saying this whole movement was bad, and he was trying to figure out excuses for why no one should back this up. Like, it was like, this is terrible. It's a terrible idea. And he was putting twists to the wording of it to try to in favor or make him look like he was a genius, because like he's like, oh, this is terrible. This is horrible for games. And one of the things was like, well, if the game developers should not have to keep on keeping a live game service live for the video game. That's terrible for a business. They shouldn't have to keep and be enforced for that. It's like, no. What it says is, because it's not a legal document, it's just, this is what someone wants to, like, hey, we want these ideas, then we just need somebody that does legal documents to put this in better wording and then make that law. Because if it's law over in the EU, that law usually comes over sometimes to the States. And when the law is like, hey, we want the game developers, if you make a live game, make it when you do stop supporting the game, the people that bought the game have some way of keeping the game or letting the community keep the game alive. Like, let's say World of Warcraft, when it first went to all these renditions of video games, the original World of Warcraft Classic was put on private servers, so people could play Warcraft Classic, because you couldn't no more, right? It was modern day,
right? So
the people were like, hey, we'll make our own servers and people can play on that server. That's what people really, really want, because they want to be able to play that either that generation of the game or the game in general. Let the community have some kind of way of keeping the game alive after you paid for it. And he was saying, it's like, oh yeah, this is a terrible idea because that means it's on the developers. It didn't say nowhere on there. It's like, it's on the developers. We want the community, the people that paid for the game, to keep the game alive, and the developers need to hand something over so they can something. And so now some people in the EU or some lawmakers are trying to put a stop to this, because they don't want people to have control of these games, because there's already been several games that have shut down and no one has access to those games at all, even if it's a first-person game player game. Because, like, it's gone. And
Right.
with the Nintendo Switch games, they're all digital now. So Nintendo also doesn't want the law to come into play. See a problem here? If Nintendo's not speaking out about it, because their games are all digital now, and they stop the digital games, or they were shut down the digital store, all those games go, and when they bring it back up, you gotta pay them again.
Yeah, Stealthy said they did that for the Nintendo 3DS and the Nintendo DS
Yep.
already. So yeah.
So yeah,
Well-
I think this law should be passed in the EU, and then brought over here.
The way I look at it is you got two sides of it. You got people that paid money and want to continue to have access to their games.
Mhm.
Okay. And I understand that from the standpoint of being a consumer of games. However, being someone that has to help make a living and manage the infrastructure required to do something like that, I also understand how it is not feasible to just, there's not infinite amount of space, essentially. So like I can only, even if I had a shitload of money, I could still only afford to have X amount of servers running at a time.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means as I bring on new material, new games that you want to enjoy and play, something has to give me space to do that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have the pockets to say, okay, we filled up the Arizona desert with servers. Now we're going to buy some deserts in Texas and we're just going to keep adding. Because then at some point it's just going to turn into fucking Cybertron. There's not going to be a planet. It's going to be a big ass fucking computer that we're living on. You know, you can't do that and live. It's also not cost feasible for the company. So I get wanting to have your games forever. I also get that it's not cost effective or feasible to have it forever.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how I feel, because I'm like everybody. There's games I want to play, and when I want to play them, I want to play them. And if I can't play them anymore, it's disheartening. But at the same time, I also want new games. You know,
Yeah.
I want to be able to enjoy new content. And if they don't have space to do it, then I can't have new content. You know what I mean? If they can't afford to do it, it doesn't happen. So I guess it's a catch-22. You can't have both. Either you got to have an eventual expiration date or on a game, or you have to stop having new games.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's like the next Breath of the Wild game series come out, and it's only digital. 10 years go by, Nintendo Switch shuts down the Nintendo Switch store too, and you're no longer able to buy. Let's say your corrupted game gets corrupted, right? Sometime wear and tear the hard drive, whatever, and you want to go and re-download it to your new console or download it to something else and keep on playing it. Well, now you don't have access to it. So they're wanting someone to make a law and having writings like, okay, if you come out with a game, sure, it's digital, only digital. All right. You make the game, but now you have to figure out a way that's feasible and legit. So when the game is no longer available from you, the game developer, you need to pass that on to the consumer so they can still find a way to play and access to it. But you don't have the control of it. Like none of it.
I understand that. I understand that, but you still have the same problem.
Mm-hmm.
Even the user only has
Limited.
so much stuff and so much space.
Yeah.
So even if they gave me access to run my entire catalog that they're into lifing from a machine at my house, that machine only has so much space. At some point, it's going to get full, and then you're right back in the same boat. Nothing you do is going to change the fact that there is not unlimited space to store this stuff.
Yeah,
Nothing.
that's why
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the developer's controlling it. It doesn't matter if you're controlling it. It doesn't matter. You are going to run out of space.
Yeah, that's why I'm a fan of just keep everything physical, so I don't have to worry about that kind of problem. Like, oh, I ran out of hard drive. No. It's still on this. It's still available.
Right.
If this gets corrupted or broken,
and if it is a physical copy stored on the card, you're absolutely right. What is that?
Okay, so real quick though, do you remember the petabyte from Japan? Apparently they did it over like they didn't do it like in like 2 inches. Apparently they did it over like 1,100 miles.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. How big do you think that cartridge would have to be to hold that entire game?
So let's see. The original Breath of the Wild, the majority of the game was on it, but there was still some part of it that was digitally downloaded. I know they can have 64 or like 100 and 250 cards, but now that like some of the newer games for Nintendo Switch on those cards, they're literally making some of them only go to 24 gigabytes, which is not even enough for some games, but that's Nintendo making that like almost deliberately. So what? It really depends on the game. Like, it's like saying Call of Duty is like, hey, here's a 500 gigabyte game. Let's put it on an SD card. But then I go, well, micro SDs, they can go up to 1 terabyte. They're not reliable. I wouldn't trust it, but...
So, what it boils down to is, we've talked about this before. The games are progressively getting larger.
Yes.
Which means the media it would have to be on would have progressively getting larger. At some point, that card would have to be too big to fit into your machine.
You know those like old school Super 64 games or not? Well, were there 64 games? I can't remember. Like the parts slide in the card, but on top of it, like this big old device on top of it. That's why I feel like some of the newer cards would have to be like the top, the bottom of it would be the thin, small little spot that slides into it, but above it would be a little like a big old bulky area just for the rest of the game.
So I'm going to ask you a question then, both from a consumer side and a customer side. Is that feasible?
It's not feasible for the developers, because like that's gonna be more money on their end.
Not feasible for you either. It's not feasible for you either, because the larger they get, the less that you can store in a location. And the less you can store in a location, the less games you can have. The less games you can have, it's not feasible all the way around. There is no answer to this scenario. There really isn't. There's no good answer. Unless somebody is going to fly out to space and build a floating server farm that can encompass the entire planet, you don't have the space to store every game that's going to ever be made. No one individual is, no company is. It's just not going to happen. And I get it. I mean, like I said, I'm a consumer. I want to keep my games forever too. But I'm also somebody that knows that there is physical limitations to everything. I mean, granted, are we at that point? No. Am I going way out there in the future? Yes. But my point is they keep trying to say that they're trying to solve this problem, but it's not solvable. It's not. You're either not at this current way we're going, like Stealthy said, it is not possible. You're either going to run into the scenario where the developer can no longer have the space for it, or you yourself as a consumer, even if you're given the rights to have it, are going to be limited to the space that you can have.
Yeah.
That's it. Period. I'm sorry. not trying to be Debbie Downer, but it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
It's like even in Amazon, even in the Amazon server farm where a lot of our stuff is stored, they don't have infinite amount of space either.
Yeah, like the size of storage is getting better. Like I saw a hard drive the other day. I think it was either 50 or 30 terabytes on a regular hard drive, not the thin stuff, but the regular hard drives. I'm like, back when I was first getting computers, I got a hard drive that big, and it maybe stored 250 megabytes of memory on it. I'm like, that was like the top of the line. I'm like, if storage can get better, if that can, infinitely progress and infinitely get shrinking, that might save it. But that's a might, because it's already like the technology for storage already seems like it's at a slow incline. It's not a rapid growth.
We as a race, we're only going to be able to micronize shit to a point. We're going to get to a point where we cannot physically design something that can make something small enough to be smaller. You understand? And store. It's just going to happen. There's always a plateau. You're going to hit where you're going to get. That's it.
Yeah, and Lord Pestilence brought up a point here. The bigger the storage, also higher the cost. It's a simple way of saying it. He said you can get a 1 terabyte SSD, but the bigger the space, the bigger the cost. And we have to get to a point where we're having more space, but it has to be to the consumer's price. And that is a hard thing to balance. It's like, bigger space. Can you afford it?
Now you're having to also take into account, like I said, I know it's way out in the future, but you also have to take into account, we use certain resources on this planet to make that shit. You think that shit's infinite?
No.
I mean, they're like I said, I love hearing these conversations, especially like around work when in the field that I do, because everybody's always assuming that there's all the space in the world, but there's not. There's only as much space as we have materials to create the items to store it.
Yeah.
Once those materials are gone, you don't have any more space. It's gone. So I get it's kind of a catch-22. It's like I said, it's a big ass fucking loop. There's no exit. Yeah. You're gonna go around this song and dance until the end of the world. It's just this is the way it's gonna happen. Which is why, like I said, when I talk to people about it, they're like, "Oh, but you're just looking at the absolute worst case scenario." No, I'm like, no, I'm being realistic. I mean, it's not going to happen in my lifetime.
Yeah,
probably won't happen in my children's lifetime. But let's say 100 generations from now, they run out of what they use to create this storage. Well, guess what? They're fucked. Because anything new coming after that, they ain't got nowhere to put it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I look at it and they're like, I don't understand why you don't get more up in arms about it. Is because in reality, it's a unsolvable problem.
Unless they figured out a way of like storing things in actual human brain matter.
Can you figure out how to store stuff in air? Because guess what? Air is limited too. The ozone gone, you ain't got none of that shit. You want to? Yeah. What about? Let's try storing it in space. But wait, even galaxies have limits. It's not infinite, guys. It's just not. Well, come on, man.
Scientists say that Earth is stuck in a dead space of the galaxy. That's the interesting thing. That's a side note. So yeah, I am a mind that that will come about eventually, but for now, I'm more of a pro consumer. I want the games to be available, and I don't want ever in my lifetime to be like, yeah, I can't access my games no more. Because I know someday I'm not gonna be able to play Genshin Impact. That won't be the end of my world. Like, I wouldn't be sad about that. It'd be a fun ride. It'd be a fun thing. But I know for some people, they're gonna be like, I spent thousands, if not millions of dollars in this game for all the gacha, and now I have no access to any of it. And I'm at that point, I'm going,
But
huh?
but here's the question. Here's the question: is that their fault or the company's fault? Who clicked pay now?
Yeah. So like their arguments would be like, I spent some money on this. Maybe you shouldn't have. Like it was a bottomless pit they made, but like you got to play the game for free, so you didn't really pay for it.
It is like anything on this planet. It has an expiration date.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to die. The quicker that you understand nothing lives forever, the better off you're going to be.
Okay,
like
so
I can't go to the store and buy a bunch of bananas and then be there 2 months from now. That shit will rot. It'll be gone.
yeah, let's see. LP brought up a crystals data storage or glass storage is capable of 50 petabytes sheets, but Microsoft has yet to release the technology to the public. The University Kansas experiments, but space itself is expanding faster than universe itself. Everything degrades. Yeah, I don't know how long crystals or glass would degrade, but I'm sure there's some deprivation even for crystal in some facet. But they made stuff out of crystal. Is there artificial crystals out there? I don't know what chemicals you need to make artificial crystals, but I know you can.
But then you go back to, even if it's artificial, what you're required to use to create that artificial crystal is still got to come from somewhere.
Yeah, so like I don't know what the chemicals they use for that.
It's a big loop. Like I said, nothing lasts forever. Nothing. Everything degrades. Eventually, everything will die.
Yeah, but
it's going to happen.
You can imagine though, like inside your Nintendo Switch cartridge, there's literally a diamond that's been carved and shaped into a disc to store your game inside of it. It's like, how much is this thing? As much as a diamond. How much carats is this? Well, it's a lot of cuts in this thing, so probably like 500 carats. all the ices and chips in it. Like, well, it's a spinning disc. I'll take it.
It's just, to me, I get it. I don't want my games to ever go offline before I kick the bucket either. I want to be able to play them forever. But I also understand the reality of it is one, it's not cost feasible. Two, everything has an end of life, and three, I'm going to kick the bucket at some point.
Yeah, you're gonna kick the bucket.
You can't have everything.
Yeah, you're gonna kick the bucket, and ET on the classic Katara game will still be going. That will still be kicking. That will never die.
Yeah. It's just. I get it. I know from a consumer standpoint, like I said, I don't want it to end. But I also know from a working person, it's going to end.
Yeah, and when that ends, new stuff will end too, because they don't have the capability of putting on anything. But yeah, that's it for this week. No D&D at the stream. LP kind of came at the tail end, but it's all right. I got a new video on my YouTube channel. You can go check that out within a few minutes.
D&D will be tomorrow, 6 Eastern, 5 Central.
Yes. So, LP, like in a few minutes. I'll just go ahead and put but yeah, go watch a new video. It's the Animuse new video. I have a logo on it. Go watch that if you wouldn't mind, or would be so kind to go watch it. Give me your thoughts. Leave a like and a comment on the video. I would appreciate that. And I'll see y'all next time. As always, have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good life. Much love, y'all.
Bye, guys.